Hey, how y'all doing? Hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to share a little bit today. I thought it'd be a good day to do it. Um, but really excited, getting pumped up about this season of Fat and Furious coming up, and we'll be making an announcement real quick about when that's going to happen. Um, don't miss it. It's going to be awesome. We got some awesome cars, great stories. It's bigger, badder, better than ever this season. So as soon as we get cleared from the network about when that is going to take place, we will let you know ASAP so you can get the word out. But apart from the show and apart from all that stuff, I wanted to talk to you a little bit from my heart about my story. And, a lot of people on here just know me from the show. However, I have a lot of friends and a lot of family that know me way deeper than that. But a lot of you who don't know, I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis, about probably a little over a year and a half ago, maybe. I'm doing well. There's some things that I deal with on a daily basis because of it. But, I am blessed that I don't need a walker or a wheelchair or cane or any of that. And the people that do, I pray for you, because I can't imagine having that along with the daily things that I and so many others deal with every day, or having that in addition to those things. I don't even want to think about it. And, from my heart to yours, you're my hero. I pray for you. Even if I don't know you, I pray for those who go and deal with this disease every day. I wanted to bring awareness to it and let you know some of the things that I deal with this stuff. And some of that, well, the first thing is fatigue. Man, I get fatigued. And a lot of people get fatigued. When you hear the word fatigue, you're like, well, yeah, I'm tired too. And I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. And, I've been there. I've been tired fatigue. But MS fatigue is a little bit different. It's actually a lot different. It's like being kicked when you're down type of tired. While you're sleeping, you're getting kicked. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But it's bad fatigue. It's the kind of fatigue where your body just tells you, nope, you ain't doing that. Nope. But if I don't, nope. So, it's that kind of thing. Also, pain. Every day in my life, I deal with pain. And probably, 80% of those who have MS definitely deal with fatigue. Maybe 60% to 80%, I don't know. There's all kind of numbers out there, but those people also deal with pain. And everybody's story is different. Everybody who deals with this stuff is different. And it's so unpredictable and so unique to each person. That's why I think partly it's so hard to find a cure, because there's all these things coming from all over the place. But the one central thing is the spinal column, nerves, brain. Those components are what really affects MS, and that's the starting point. So they're doing a lot of research right now. They're doing they've come leaps and bounds from when this thing first got noticed. Gosh, when they first diagnosed people with this, the best way to diagnose it was to put you in a really hot bath. And if you got so fatigued and to the point where you almost passed out, then you probably had MS. Yeah, we've gone from that to MRIs to spinal taps to confirming all this stuff. So I've had both them things, the spinal tap and the MRI, and they both came back conclusive with MS. But like I said, I am blessed, and 80% of the people who have this disease should feel blessed, because you're not in a wheelchair, you're not walking with a cane, you're not having to have assistance. I have a very dear and near friend of my heart that, you know, I seen it. I seen it right before my eyes happened to her. And she was a keyboardist. She just was a loving person. She still is a loving person, but I mean, she was full of life, great artist, all these things. And this stinking thing just took that away from her. And she still has a great attitude. She's still a super loving person, but she's in a wheelchair most of her life. That's her life. But you know, thank God she has a husband who has stuck with her through thick and thin, and has not left her side. And that he's an amazing man. And if you're watching this video, you know who you are, and I love you. But for, like I said, 80% of us who have this thing, it's brains, nerves, things like that. And so I started a medication. That's the other thing with this stuff is you start on a comment, and all of a sudden your brain just goes boom, it's gone. So usually if you pause a few minutes, most of the time it'll come back. Like I said, everybody has a story, and my story is this right now. So if you have anybody in your life or know of anybody who's struggling with this thing, you know, I implore you to be as gracious as you can to them. Help them, you know, especially those who are immobile. Help them, encourage them. You know, I'm guilty myself. When I didn't have this disease, that, you know, I just didn't even think about it. Even when I seen that person, I felt bad. Oh boy, you know, that's a bummer. But now that I have it, you know, I look back and was like, wow. Now I understand about 50% of what she may be going through. And that's tough. But yeah, the fatigue, pain. You know, I have to take injections 3 days a week, which you know, kind of suck. But you get used to it, unless you have a reaction, and then that's bad again. One of the reasons I went and got checked is to see if I had MS, is because I was having a lot of pain, but I was also having all these like vibrations that would go up my spine, the back of my neck, and my scalp. I don't have much hair, but I was having these vibrations, and felt like almost like an electrical current sometimes. But it was really weird, and I went to different doctors and talked to them about it, and a lot of them didn't know. You know, they couldn't tell me what it was. And I talked to a few other people, and one lady I was talking to actually was at church, and she had asked me, have you ever been checked for MS? And I was like, no, but hush your mouth, I don't know that. But anyway, the next time I went to my doctor, I just asked him, I said, do you think this might be MS? And he said, well, I don't think so. But I tell you what, he's an awesome doctor. He said, but I tell you what, why don't we just double check? Just make sure. So he sent me straight to the Cleveland Clinic Mellon Center. and he got me hooked up with a doctor, Dr. Devin Conway, and I had an MRI done. The MRI came back with white matter lesions on certain parts of my brain, which are suspect of MS, but he wanted to have absolute certainty. So he sent me for a spinal tap, and they done a spinal tap, and they put a needle in your spine all the way down to your spinal cord, and they draw out some spinal fluid, and then they check that spinal fluid and see if it has the properties of those who have MS. Mine did come back with MS, so that was that. So yeah, when you first get the diagnosis, it hits you like a ton of bricks, man. I mean, the first thing I thought was, you know, other people I've known that have had this, and I thought, oh, you know, wheelchair, this, that, the other, which, you know, could happen, I guess. But mine right now is relapsing remitting MS, which means I can go, you know, 20 years with this stuff and not have lost my mobility or anything like that. There is a chance, though, that I may, you know, so it's all up in the air right now with that. But, you know, I got on some medication called Copaxone that I take 3 shots a week, and it's hopefully, you know, holding that progression at bay. They don't have a cure for MS, but there are medications out there that can slow the progression, and that's one of those medications, Copaxone. But not, you know, Copaxone isn't the best for everyone. There's many medications out there now that, you know, you may have to try. Copaxone right now is working for me, as far as I know. Now, hey, who knows? 5-10 years down the road, I might have an MRI, and, you know, it's showing that the progression is getting worse. You know, hopefully that never happens, but it's a possibility, and that I may have to switch to, you know, another medication. Or sometimes your body builds up an antibody to the medication you're taking. If that happens, then yeah, you have to get on another medication. But, you know, from what I've read, people have been on Copaxone for years, 10, 20 years, 15 years, never had a problem. There are minorities that do. So, who knows? We'll see what happens. But, you know, if you or anybody you know is having some of these symptoms, go get checked out, man. Don't be acting like, well, it's nothing, or I'll get to it when I can, or, you know, if you have some symptoms that I've explained, go to your doctor, ask them, get checked out. You know, the best thing to do in any disease, whether that be MS, cancer, you know, heart disease, any of that stuff, any early signs that you're feeling or dealing with, early detection, that's the key. That's the key to all this stuff. So, you know, don't be a knucklehead and you know, not go get checked, or at least bring it up to your doctor. You know, be safe. Not sorry. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I'm still, like I said, still able to work, still able to do things, still able to do things with the family. However, there are days where I can't. You know, I'm just tired, I'm drained, all that stuff. And it just is what it is. However, like I said, I'm blessed to be in the place that I am right now, where I can, you know, I have somewhat of a platform to kind of bring this to more people than I would with not having this platform. So, you know, I just want to help. Just want to help people. I want to make people aware. I want to make people be able to go and get checked. So that's where I'm at, and it's all good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome, and we're going to continue on. I'm going to continue on to make cool cars with my buddies and great TV and bring some enjoyment to you guys out there. And, but just remember, everybody has a story. Not everything you see on the inside is shown on the outside. Most people who see me just see a short, fat, little bald guy. Short, fat, little. Fat, little. I don't think you can put them two together. But anyway, most people, just to look at me, would have no idea that I have MS and that I deal with this kind of stuff. So, remember that when you're out and about in the world, that everybody has a story. Everybody could be going through something that you have no clue of. And first and foremost, lead with grace. Lead with grace. And I'll get through it. And you other guys out there who are dealing with this, you'll get through it as well. The Bible says in Philippians 4:13 that you can endure all things through Christ who gives you strength. And that's what I stand on. I can endure all things. I can't do all things. It says I can endure all things. Because if you can do all things, then, you can pick up a house and throw it across the street. But Philippians 4:13 in the original says, I can endure all things through Christ who gives me strength. Because he knows that we're going to go through stuff. And he's there to help us. He's there to walk us through. So, be safe. Be good. We're coming at you real soon. We'll make the announcement. But hey, also on April 16th out at Scrappers Stadium in Niles, they're having an MS walkathon. If you can make it out there, that would be awesome. I'll be out there. I'll be out there on Nikki Mayhew's team. And we're just going to be walking as long as I can walk. But also, if you can give, $5, $20, $25, and help us raise money and kick this thing. Find a cure. I would appreciate it. We would all appreciate it. Have a good day. We'll see you real soon. Until then, boom. Right on. We'll see you. Bye-bye. It does stink, though. I don't like it. But I'm going to kick it butt.